Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, me with my horrible voice. Good Lord. I have been coughing and trying to clear my throat for minutes now, and this is the best that I can get my voice to be. Again, I don't have a cold. Although, if I keep pooling up the fluids in my lungs, because of all the pollen, at least as stated, hopefully it's the pollen and not just, my and my housemates' lungs failing because of the inhaled plastic and carpet fumes from like 2 weeks ago now. But assuming it's not that, all the junk in the air is just clogging up my lungs horribly. And I have been trying so hard to get the junk, the coated junk, off of my vocal cords. And this is the best I have been able to do. So, yay, and I'm sorry, but thank you very much for coming to watch. And first off, the first thing I want to do after complaining about my allergies is to thank each and every one of my Patreon.com patrons. It's because of you I am able to survive, and it is appreciated. In fact, right here, each and every one of these people, you help me pay my rent, you help me buy food, you help me get pain medication so I can move. It is a beautiful and wonderful thing, and I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for your help. It is an awesome thing. Thank you so very, very much. Greatly appreciate it. Nobody has to do this for me. The fact that you choose to help me out of your own volition is an awesome thing and greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. Past that, oh my gosh. So, yeah, it's joyous. I'm really having to push to just be able to talk. When I say push, I mean push air. I'm having to push hard with my lungs because otherwise I can't talk. Normally you may use this much energy to have to use your vocal cords. I'm having to use this much energy to use my vocal cords. So, thumbs up on that. Again, it's not a cold. I keep wearing my mask when I go out around people. So, it's not that. My throat's not even sore other than having to cough so that I can be heard and breathe properly. Past that, my throat feels fine. My lungs feel okay, though they're full just because of all the junk and my reactions to it. So, thumbs up. It appears to be raining outside. I just heard, and I'm still hearing like raindrops. I thought it was sunny outside, but apparently it's not so for the Shelton, Washington weather report. And if you know, Washington State is divided up into approximately thirds or quarters, with the part of it being a peninsula with a huge, what they call a sound, because it just comes all the way down, and the peninsula is almost cut off from the rest of the state. But I'm right there at the bottom of the sound. I'm not on the peninsula. I'm not on the mainland. We're right in the middle. So, yay. Just a little geographical thing there for you. But yeah, it's raining, which is good. We need rain, and I like the sound of rain, and I like the smell of rain. Rain is good, so that's a good thing. So, hokey smokes, and my apologies for my vocal cords. The night before, I had some leg cramping when I started off the night by laying on my right side, which can cause anxiety as the night goes on. So I start off on that side so I can roll onto my left and then sleep for hours on that, because after a few hours each of my side will hurt and I'll need to roll onto the other side. So I try to start on my right side and then roll onto my left. The night before yesterday, or last night, excuse me, holy smokes, I'm so organic this morning. Ugh, I'd rather be a cyborg. with a flash frozen brain powered by a portable nuclear pile inside of my cyber alloy skeleton and all that. That would be awesome. But last night, that's what I was talking about, right? Where the night before, that's right, I rolled over and I had horrible cramping in my knee, and not my knees, from my legs down, but primarily only in one leg. But it was bad for a while. It was just a struggle. I had to wait it through. I knew I wasn't going to die or anything, but it was bad. Last night, I apparently didn't take enough of whatever, again, as even more, because I rolled over and both of my legs, from the mid-thighs down, instantly, both sides, rock solid cramping. I had to fight for minutes trying to get my legs to stop cramping, which again is rough at this point, because I'll have it where it's cramping because it's trying to pull my foot downward. So I'll pull my foot upward, and then while it's still cramping and trying to pull downward and cramp, because I pulled upward, it's now also pulling upward and cramping. So it's trying to cramp in this direction and it's trying to cramp in this direction. What do I do? How do you fight that? You fight the downward cramp by pulling up, but it's cramping up. So how do you fight that? You pull down, but it's cramping down. So I just had to struggle with that, because, move to the left and it would immediately start to cramp to the left. So move it to the right, it would cramp to the right while cramping to the left, while cramping in this direction, while cramping in this direction. There was no position. So I just had to fight and wait for it. It was horrible. And then again this morning, when I have to put on my socks, I put on my socks before I even get up. I put on my socks and underwear because of my cramping legs. If I don't put them on then, I can't put them on because my legs are going to cramp. But I have to be so careful, I have to physically grab my ankles and then drag that leg upward over across my other leg and then block it with my knee, because if I try to use my muscles to do that, my upper thigh muscles are going to cramp. And I am going to be just rolling on the ground crying and screaming from that. But of course, even after dragging my right leg up with my arms and then putting a sock on it, it still cramped anyway, and that was fun. So whatever I'm supposed to be eating, apparently I haven't been eating enough of. I still try to take like 2% of your US RDA potassium tablets as many times a day as I can. I take magnesium tablets. Iron is like bad. If you don't have enough iron, you're going to have more restless leg syndrome symptoms. I haven't been having that, but I'm trying to take more iron too. Of course, this is also kind of coincidental and might not have anything to do with it, might do. I started having fewer leg cramping problems when I started taking Ritalin. The more Ritalin I take, the less leg cramping I have. When I'm taking 60 milligrams of Ritalin daily, I have basically zero leg cramping. I had to drop myself down to 40 milligrams daily to stretch out my meds in the hope that they'll show up before I run out entirely. And at the same time, my legs start cramping again. Human brains are horrible at making conclusions like that. Causation is not necessarily, there's no correlation, is not causation. There's no, it could be completely coincidental. I don't know. But my leg cramping stopped when my Ritalin went up, and my leg cramping is starting when my Ritalin goes down. So, who knows? Also, on the side, just as a really, really quick science thing, I was kind of disappointed and sad on a thing that means absolutely nothing to my life or the universe. Of all the stars that are going to be created in our universe, 99% of them are already created. It's all over. Creation is done. When you see these cool pictures of nebula where, stars are forming inside of them, no, that ended a long time ago. The light has just taken so long to get to us. Sometimes 13, 14 or longer billion years to get to us. It's all over. There is no more creation. Again, if there was time vision, not necessarily travel, but if people were able to look back in time, we would still be lost in the noise and light of expansion. But all of the stuff that's been created is all of the stuff that's ever going to be created. Again, probably about 1%, formation will continue. But inflation, with things getting so far away from each other, our universe is only like 14 billion years old. And the visible light, the visible universe is about 45 billion light years across. There's a lot of stuff we'll never see. There's a lot of stuff that's just going away. There's a lot of stuff that no one will ever see. Far off in the future, if life ever does arrive, it'll be cold and dark then. So, yay. It's so grim. Also, as an aside, another video I was watching this morning was about people who have made mistakes and have owned up to their mistakes. It was specifically Danny Gonzalez and Drew Gooden. There was this one person who had put two of their apology videos together for people just to watch. Where one, Drew Gooden had made a stupid, edgy joke a few years back and didn't like it, deleted it after a few months, and has felt bad about it since. And then apologized in a video. And then Danny Gonzalez, apparently, I would say, well, yeah, he used a slur. Now, the way I heard him use it in the clip it was used, he was saying, Jake Paul talks like this about these people, and then used the slur. So it wasn't him using the slur, but he was still using the slur that had been said. But people do grow. And this was from years back in both cases, and they've never shown any indication of being or acting like that since. So they've come out and apologized. And the thing is, yeah, people grow. People make mistakes. If you are the same person you were a few years back, you need to change. You need to grow. Life is motion. And that includes changing your personality and the things that you act on in the world based on new information. You have to change. And they have done that. They have grown. They are not the people they were when they made those tweets. And that's the thing. Some people can change, some people can't. Whether it's a combination of genetics and upbringing or whatever, there are some people that just can't change. Who they are and who they present as is who they are and who they have always been. And you can't, in their case, it's a literal, you can lead the horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. They just refuse. They won't. They're going to be the person that they've always been, and they refuse to change. Most people aren't quite that bad. A lot, of course, take a lot more work. It's once again that whole bell curve where if you drop a whole bunch of marbles into a bunch of posts on it's a really bad example, and I don't want to go deep into it, but if you drop a whole bunch of stuff, just the natural distribution of things, there's going to be a pile. The top of the pile is going to be where most people are. Well, at that point, not the most people, but that's the midpoint. And then you have a lot of people right there, and then it falls off to both sides in that pile. So you have the people that are greatly affected, the people that are not really affected, and then everybody else in the middle in their varying degrees of being affected. Now, why had I brought that up? It was something about change and growth and all that, so I got distracted, and it's hard to talk, hard to breathe. At least I can breathe without totally, like that most of the time. So my apologies for losing my point. But I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people, or however many people left comments. And I'm not going to read the comments right now, but I am going to thumbs up each one I read, answer as many as I can afterward. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, more and more, my decreased subtherapeutic dose of Ritalin is getting harder to focus and concentrate daily, so thumbs up. It'll be over soon. I'll be back on good meds. J Webb, thumbs up and thank you. Hellboy, greatly appreciated. Tommy Nelson, thumbs up and thank you. Kukliku, thumbs up. Veteran Hoffman, greatly appreciated. We have Ricky Bettini, good to see you in the comments. Flora Mew, always good to see you in the comments as well. Kuri, I think it's Kuri. It's what I can see as Couri. Thumbs up. And I Ate the Dog, greatly appreciated. Bryson the Clickbaiter, thumbs up. Joe Mama, greatly appreciated. Robert B, thumbs up and thank you. And my bloody mouse. It's nice that it was sent to me. It is a good mouse for clicking. The scroll wheel is horrendous. And again, it's not the fault of the person who sent it to me. Bought it for me and had it sent. It's probably not even the fault of the manufacturers. It's just I got the one with the not good scroll wheel. Life is life. And then there's Ichi Matsuko, thumbs up and thank you. Mr. Ziggy Garcia, RR, thumbs up and thank you. Nando Rice Cheruti, thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. Danny Daniel, thumbs up and thank you. And that is it. Thumbs up and thank you. Each and every one of you got me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is appreciated to no end. Thumbs up and thank you. If you could check out my various links down below, once again, I have Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon.com. And if you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome heroes, that would be beautiful and awesome. You too could become a hero. If you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well, which I still have to update. Hopefully I'll get that done today. Subtherapeutic dosing, hopefully I'll remember. If you'd like to help me out, no, I've forgotten. Where am I? Well, I just did the patronage and other part. So if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could press the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. Hokey smokes. I can tell my voice box is going to be sore today. I am having to push so hard just to get my voice to be able to be heard, just so I can actually speak. Oof, da. Again, like I said, I feel great. I am kind of worried. I mean, I used to get bronchitis, forgot the word, at the drop of a hat, but that was back when I was drinking and my immune system was not as good. I mean, one time I went, literally in the space of a year, I spent maybe 1 month without having bronchitis. So I worry about that. And a friend of mine at that time, who was roughly the same age but did not drink, he had pneumonia. So you don't have to be an alcoholic to have a bad immune system. And I do not need to get pneumonia. Until the pandemic is completely over, especially if you're in a place where it is raging out of control, please be careful. If you can, if you feel like it, and you're one of those people that's vaccinated, I wear a mask anyway. It helps when going out. I get less pollen, and I haven't gotten a cold in the past year ever since being around people while wearing a mask. So, definitely think about wearing a mask if you head out. Try to maintain your social distancing, always a good idea. Try not to touch your face. Wash your hands. And, please just be safe. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a definite thumbs up. I was going to be recording for my cosmic horror framework thing. I'm having to push so hard just to talk. I don't think I can. You take care. Hi guys.